right. I got the boss driving me around. Figure we'd do a quick periscope with you guys. What's happening? Good morning. See Ohio in the house. You know, my wife's from Chagrin Falls, home of the popcorn shop. Cleveland, all right. ATL. England in the house, South Florida, Texas, Orlando, Oklahoma, Vegas, Canada, Northern California, a little early out there, Colorado, Toronto, San Diego. Yeah, heart it up, peeps. Thank you for writing that. Diane from New York, Scotland, awesome. Puerto Rico, Utah, Denver, Missouri, Northwest Florida. Very nice. All right, cool. So, Birmingham. Very nice. See, I said it correctly. Kuwait, Ireland, Jacksonville, Philly. What is happening, everybody? Feel free to share. It's a green light, babe. So I got wifey driving me around. We're actually headed to meet with a couple people to talk to them about our coaching program, and we'll see if it's a fit for everybody. We'll have some fun, and I figured I'd do another Q&A. You guys liked the Q&A yesterday, so I figured I would let's do another one. And yes, this is Tesla Talk, coming to you from the Tesla. All right, so what questions might you have? How can I help you out? And I do want to tell you that I'm using a new thing called, oh, that's awesome. Brannon got his first coaching client since Top Earner. You know, I've actually talked to several people that since our event this past weekend, they've actually recruited someone, or they got their first coaching client, or they got a coaching client, which is awesome. So cool. I'm glad that we helped you out. All right, so someone's asking about cold prospecting. Cold prospecting. Let's talk a little bit. And you moved up to director, really? Man, guys, you got to shoot me these testimonials so I can feature you. If you've gotten results since Top Earner, you got to shoot me a video testimonial and send it over to me, because I'd love to give you some exposure. I'd love to give you, show you some exposure to our email list, etc. So if you've gotten a result since Top Earner Academy, send me an email with a link to your YouTube video saying what has happened to you since Top Earner Academy. That's a big deal. My email, for those that need it, is ray@rayhigdon.com. And if someone can type that, maybe that would be super cool. But seriously, if you've gotten a result, then just shoot me a video testimony. I'd love to feature you. All right. So, cold market prospecting. So I'll give you my very best tips. All right. So first of all, what are some things that are great about cold market is they don't know your history. They don't know your current status in your company. They don't know your history. They're not going to prejudge you based on your past. You see, I had failed in a bunch of different network marketing companies before I became the #1 income earner in my last company. So, it was cool to talk to cold market people that didn't know my history and didn't judge me by my resume, right? So cold market. And the other big thing that's cool about cold market is that there's always going to be more people that you don't know than you do know. So just remember that. And for those of you who have recruited solely through warm market, just realize you're going to recruit someone that does not have a great warm market at some point. So, just realize that. So cold market, rule number 1, don't be addicted to the outcome. Now this should be rule number 1 of all prospecting, whether it's warm market or cold market. Don't be addicted to the outcome. So when you're not, here's how you know if you're addicted to the outcome. Do you ever feel disappointed or let down? Okay? If you do, then you're addicted to the outcome. You see, you have to set yourself up for disappointment. Disappointment isn't a surprise, okay? It's not. Disappointment is something you actually set yourself up for. So if I make my wife a sandwich and in my mind, I say, all right, she better thank me for this sandwich. She better thank me. And I give her the sandwich, she eats it, doesn't thank me, and I'm disappointed. See, I had to prepare myself for disappointment. So if I'm going to prospect somebody, for example, right now we're going to talk to a couple people about our coaching program, I'm not addicted to the outcome. If I go there and they say, no way, this is way too big of an investment, you guys get the hell out of here, I'm going to say, all right, no problem, hasta la vista, best of luck to you. I have no addiction to the outcome. But see, if I went there and they said, nah, I don't want to join it, and I'm like, oh man, sad face, well then I set myself up for disappointment. So if you ever feel disappointment, then you have an addiction to an outcome. When you do not have an addiction to an outcome, you're very powerful. Very powerful. And this is true single dudes. This is true in dating. All right? Network marketers, this is true in recruiting. This is true in all angles. If you feel disappointment, you set yourself up for that. So rule number one, in all prospecting, don't be addicted to the outcome. Drop me some hearts if that was valuable to hear, if that was helpful, okay? Rule number two, say less to more people. One of the big things I see network marketers screw up is they spend way too much time on the wrong person. Say less to more people, okay? Don't get tied up that your brother-in-law is, not joining and he would be great at it. Don't get tied up if your neighbor could really use an extra income but they're not joining. Just go to the next person. Go talk to more people. Say less to more people. I mean, if I was forced to write a network marketing book and I could only use one sentence, it'd be say less to more people. That's the ultimate advice that you can receive. And you just look at your past actions and see if you're following that advice. Are you spending way too much time trying to close somebody that isn't open? Move on. Go to the next person, okay? So far, the first two rules. Don't be addicted to the outcome, which will prevent any disappointment. Number two, say less to more people, okay? Now let me tell you how to say less to more people. Always be busy. You need to always be busy. You need to always be on the go. And I'm talking about cold market prospecting. So if I meet somebody at a restaurant, at a networking meeting, whatever, right? I'm going to give myself an out. I'm going to create, and this is what I taught, one of the things we taught at Top Earner Academy, is I'm going to create a break in communication. A break in communication. I call it, BIC, B-I-C. Break in communication. What does that mean? See, what most of you are destroyed by, you're destroyed by the question, well, what is it? So you may say something, hey, are you open to multiple streams of income? Hey, would you be open to a side project if it didn't interfere with what you're currently doing? Hey, do you keep your options open when it comes to making money? You ask a great question, but you're crushed when they say, well, what is it? And you're like, right? You don't know what to say. See, if you lead with a break in communication, you can anticipate and you can proactively strike against what is it. So here's what that looks like. So if I'm going to prospect someone cold market, I might say, hey, nice chatting with you. I got to run to this conference. I got to jump on this conference call, so I got to go. It starts in a couple minutes. But hey, I'm just curious. Would you be at all open to a side project if it didn't interfere with what you're currently doing? Now, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to say yes. They're going to say, what is it? Now, if I haven't said a break in communication, if I haven't said, I got to go jump on a conference line, now I'm defensive. See, if I just say, hey, would you be open to a side project that didn't interfere with what you're currently doing? And they said, well, what is it? And I say, I got to jump on this conference call. It sounds like I'm being defensive. But see, if I preemptively strike, and if I say it before I ask the question, how could I possibly know they would ask, what is it? See, I know they'll ask, what is it? But they don't know that I know that. So it's like, what am I, a mind reader? No, I legitimately have to jump on a conference line. So, they will never accuse you of, hey, wait a minute, did you say that you were going to jump on a conference call because you knew I would ask what it is? They'll never say that. I've never had someone ever say that, ever. Okay, so they're not going to ever say that. So you're going to say, hey, I got to jump on this conference call, but I'm just curious, it starts in a few minutes, but I'm just curious, would you be at all open to a side project if it didn't interfere with what you're currently doing? Now notice I said open, not interested. Too many of you are using the word interested. Not many people are interested, but most people don't want to not be open. Would you be at all open to a side project if it didn't interfere with what you're currently doing? Now they're going to say, 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, well, what is it? And that's where you say, you refer back to your break in communication and you say, well, like I said, I got to jump on this conference call. I apologize, but tell you what I'll do. I'm more than happy to share with you what it is. Let me grab your information because I do have to run, and I promise you I will follow up with you. Now, keep in mind, when you say the words, I'll promise you, you're doing them a favor, right? That's how it comes across. And a lot of them, not all of them, a lot of them will say, oh, cool, that would be great. Because when you say to someone, I promise you, that means that whatever follows is something of benefit to them. I promise you I'll follow up. Okay? That's a little trick. That's a little trick for them to be more eager to hand you their information. Very powerful. Okay? Now, about 20 to 30% will say, well, hey, wait a minute. I'm not giving you my information until you tell me what it is. What do you do then? Do you cry? Do you say, okay, well, it's a binary, and there's a matrix, and you can earn a BMW, and you make lots of money. It's ground floor. We have some scientists in, the Himalayas that found this amazing berry that is changing lives, growing hair. It actually extends the length of your teeth. It makes your skin literally glow, right? No, okay? You're not going to freak out. This is what you're going to do. Say, listen, I apologize. I got to jump on this conference call. I understand if you don't want to give me your information. Totally cool. I wish you the very best. And you walk away. If someone's going to be that much of a pain in the ass, just upon meeting them, imagine how they're going to be in team meetings. Imagine how they're going to operate in your Facebook groups. Imagine how they're going to operate when you call them to attend the event. They're going to be a bigger pain in the ass the entire time you're working with them. So if someone doesn't respond to you telling them you got to jump on a conference call, then they just don't care about your time, and they're not someone I want to work with. Say less to more people. Very powerful. So there you go. That's some advice. Now, some of you might ask, well, Ray, what do you do when you follow up with them? You follow up with them, and you just say, hey, I meet a lot of people, and it was so cool meeting you. I got a quick video that goes over what it is that we do, and to make sure and see if this is a fit for you or not, the fastest thing to do would be to share with you this video. What's your best email address? That's a very, very simple thing for you to do. If they give you any pushback at that point, you can say, well, just curious, why did you initially give me your information when I mentioned a side project? If they give you any pushback, and if they say, well, I'm open to making more money, you say, perfect, okay, cool. So what's your best email? I'll send you over this video, and you'll be able to see if it's a fit for you or not. If it's a fit for you or not is a very, very powerful script. Very powerful. So there you go, my friends. I hope you got benefit from that. I know we only got to one question here, but we're almost at our appointment. Hope you got benefit. Feel free to share this if you got value, and I will talk to you in the next Periscope. And by the way, if you want 6 years of this type of training, you can go over to my blog at rayhigdon.com. That's RAYHIGDON.com. If you enter your name and email, you'll actually get my 29 sources of network marketing leads for absolutely free. And I hope you got benefit from it, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Have an amazing Friday. It's the weekend.